all your igwes, even your dibias, bring them. God is going to send rain to your community. Then you first preach the gospel and lead them to Christ. And after that, you say, Lord, that this whole community will know that you are God. That they will know that Jesus Christ is the Son of the living God. That they will know that you love them and care for them. And that he died on the cross not only to save them, but to save their community. I ask you to send rain. The same thing Elijah did. It's a simple faith. Hear me, oh God, hear me, that these people will know that you are God and you have turned their heart back to you. I can give you guarantee because I have done it and done it and done it. I can give you guarantee. If it doesn't happen that night, within the next 3 days, rain will fall on that city. Then if you return back and say both traditional, even the Dibias, who were there for 3 years. You know, the Dibias are the Sango priests and all the other who couldn't do anything. You will see, if you advise the king to seize all the prophets of God, he will seize them. So he said to Adam, when you till the ground, thorn and thistle shall it bring forth to thee, and you shall eat the herb of the field. So does the cross have answer to this thorn and thistle? I'm walking, but instead of producing result, this is what I'm getting. The cost on the ground, the cost on our career, the cost on businesses, the cost on the economy. Look at the state of Nigeria now. Our gospel needs to go further than this, where we have kept it. Our message, our prayer. If we're going to leave Nigeria like this, then why should anybody accept Christ? You go to a community, young people are dying anyhow. People are dying before their time. Disease, plagues, epidemics, witchcraft, oppression. I don't want to read the next. If you read the next one, where he spoke to serpent. He said you are to eat dust. But look at this verse. He had just reduced human beings to dust. That means man has now come under Satan's dominion. Can the cross address witchcraft? Can he address demonic oppression? Can he address madness? Can he address mental illness? Can you address mental health, emotional health, depression, and all the other ones? I can tell you with full assurance, yes. We need to start preaching the holistic gospel because you will not get a harvest beyond what you preach. You preach only salvation, that's all you will see. If you add Holy Spirit baptism, you will start seeing those two. If you add healing, you will start seeing the 3. If you add fruit of the womb, you will start seeing that. If you add that God can also bless you, like you heard Pastor Matthew preaching yesterday, that he can turn around you will start seeing it. Any limit you see, it is the preacher that put the limit and the intercessor, not God. I end with a thought. I want to show you something. Matthew chapter 27 from verse, start from 24. This is substitution. Yes. I need to go. Then when Pilate saw that he could not prevent nothing, that there was a turmoil, the people started riot. He took water, washed his hand before the man, saying, I'm innocent of this, the blood of this innocent man. See to it. The wife has warned him that she has suffered many things in a dream because of this man. Anyway, verse 25. I just went from the man who caused the problem to the man who solved the problem. Then answered all the people and said, his blood be upon us and on our children. You know what happened to the Jews. Then released he Barabbas unto them, and when he scourged Jesus. Okay. Why did they have to bring 2 people? One was a criminal, and one was a righteous man. And ask the public, which one should we set free? And which one should we crucify? The normal thing is that they should say, kill the criminal Barabbas and release Jesus. The reason is that every day of atonement, the priest brings 2 animals. And he has to cast a lot to choose the one that will be killed. And when the Lord selects, the other one is called the scapegoat, is released. And the Jews call that animal Barabbas. And I'm surprised at this guy's name. Barabbas, that's what they call it, scapegoat. Then the other one is the sin offering. That's the one they take to the altar and slay for the sins of Israel. And that's what they just did here. They killed the innocent man and released the criminal. Because that's exactly what Jesus did for us. It's called substitution. He took our place in judgment, suffered for our sin, suffered, carried the cost, everything, so that we who deserve death might be set free. Okay, next verse. Okay. Then he delivered him, verse 26. And when he had scourged Jesus, why did they have to do the flogging? The wages of sin is death. All the man needs to do is die, then our sin has been paid for and we have salvation. Why are they adding scourging? All the flogging that happened. He delivered him to be crucified. Then verse 27. And the soldiers of the governor took Jesus into a common hall and gathered unto him the whole band of soldiers. Verse 28. I need to go. And they stripped him. Why did they have to strip him naked? I thought it's only his death that will bring us salvation. Why are they adding many other things to his suffering? Sir, when Adam ate that fruit, what's the first thing that happened to him? Didn't he find out that he was naked? You see, Jesus took time to make sure that everything and consequence that came along with sin was paid for and atoned for, so that he can deliver to us total and complete redemption. One more verse. Okay, they put on scarlet robe on him. We'll discuss another day. Verse 29. And when they have plaited a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head. And they read in his right hand. And they bowed knee before him and mocked him, saying, "Hey, King of Jews." Why crown of thorns? Didn't you see it in Genesis? That when you till the ground, it's going to bring in thorns and thistle to you. He took time to make sure that everything Adam brought was resolved on the cross. So that when we go to preach the gospel, we can preach total redemption, salvation from sin, deliverance from demons, healing for the sick, freedom from premature death, preservation for pregnant women, and deliverance from all of those curses that came with the fall of man and with the law. But ladies and gentlemen, the Bible now said in Romans chapter 8:29 that the whole creation is groaning in pain because they were subjected to the bondage, to corruption. But that creation itself will be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the sons of God. Believers that have been redeemed are the ones that should be taught now to start redeeming creation. I took 1,200 pastors this last week on a retreat. If you see the amount of things we showed them in that 1 week, next time I come, I'll show you some of those things. Do you know that with 1 tuber of yam, this is hunger. We're talking about hunger in our country. There's so much hunger now. Last year, people died because of food. 1 tuber of yam, you cut it into half. You take the other half, cut it into half. Take this one, cut it into half, and you slice it. They get 50 pieces. With 1 tuber, you can grow 50 tubers, and they will be tall like this. You know why? Before my growing up, the only thing I know you can plant is the head of the yam. Now, every skin, the skin, anywhere you see skin on yam, it is seed. So we're teaching them how to do greenhouses, because at the back of my house, I have 2 greenhouses. The things I produce, we sell to Ebano and different supermarkets in my city, because we can't consume up to 10%. I grow my own carrots, I grow my own everything. Then we have trees, orchard for growing trees, from guava to mango to pineapple to all of that. Then I decided, okay, I must grow capacity to feed a whole city. Who are we waiting for? If we start doing this, can you imagine a church going to a community and saying, we brought food crusade. We have learned how to do medical outreaches. This year we need to introduce food crusade. You can have a whole community saved. But you can't give what you don't have. We are on the last days, and the coming of Jesus is on the horizon. But before he finally shows up, there are a lot of signs of the time that we are given. And one of them is famine, hunger. One of them is disease, outbreak. One of them is natural disaster. Read that Matthew 24. And look at the things that the church will be confronting in the last days. After showing greenhouse, he showed hydroponic, where you don't need soil. You don't need soil. On water, you can grow most of your vegetables. On water, the plants don't even need soil. You just need the nutrients. You put it inside water, pump it, or put it in the bucket. Even in your bucket you are using to bath, you can grow a big whatever tomato. Yes. On pots, clay pots, on anything that can take either water or sand. It's either you fill it with sand, put manure, grow whatever you like, or you fill it with water, put the nutrients in the water, and grow your vegetables. And so at the back of my yard, so you can grow crops on cement, on concrete. You don't say, I don't have yard. No, that's your backyard. There is concrete. I put line up pots like this. You can put sacks, cement bags that you're throwing away, and start growing food. Grow at least to secure your family. When this crazy thing starts, nobody can buy or sell tea there. The only thing they're telling you is that you will be raptured before then. What if you are allowed to see some of it before the trumpet? What happens? When COVID happened last time, were you raptured? I believe in the rapture of the church. But we might have misunderstanding of how much of the end time events we will see before then. So, when Noah, because Jesus said as it was in the days of Noah, when Noah was told that that flood is coming, God also told him, build an ark. First, to save your family. Second, to save agriculture. Many of you don't know that that thing he saved were seeds. Agriculture has two parts, crops and animals. God said the plants, the crops can survive water. When the ground dry, they can grow back. But the animals will all die. So take a pair of every animal species. Do you know why we say have mosquito? Because Noah preserved mosquitoes. Do you know why we say have scorpion? Do you know why we say have ants? Because Noah preserved it. He preserved a pair of every animal. Then the one they eat, the domestic ones, seven pairs. So when next you read about the ark, it's not just an ark of salvation for human beings. It's also an ark to preserve food, preserve vegetation, preserve the animal species, preserve. What about Joseph that was shown 7 years of famine? He was told to do something. He initiated a system and built a city called Goshen. It was a city of refuge. It's an agriculture city. And then they started building pyramids. Do you know what they did? They preserved every seed that is planted on the surface of the earth. Corn and all the other one. So that when this thing is over, there is something to start planting again. If not, God would have had to start creating lions all over, elephants all over, and everything all over. This, we are co-laborers with God. We need to understand our responsibilities. And not just be hoping on flying away. Because the end time event will run and run and run. There is a point it will reach to. It is at that point God will remove his church. God bless you.